In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In tonight's Gospel reading, the next in the sequence, we have the women going to the tomb, doing what it was that they ought to do, doing what it was that any would have done at this particular time to ensure that the body was ready for burial, to prepare it. This wasn't possible on the Friday, and so they waited to their first opportunity, which was the wee hours of Sunday morning. And, well, we heard the gospel reading tonight. The angel came, said, "What are you looking for him for?" Which to anyone else would have been a fairly redundant question, because of course we're looking for Jesus, and yet for the first time, a human came back from the dead under their own power and went and walked away. The women received their reward for their diligence, for their faith and fervor. The disciples, they missed out. They missed out at the beginning. They find out later, of course, but for the beginning, they missed out. This seems far-fetched. This seems too much to anything with. Never mind this. We're going to go on with our lives. We're going to go back to the fish. Except for Peter. Peter went, and he went to confirm. It wasn't enough to just hear the words. Just as with the Samaritan woman. It wasn't enough for the village that this one woman heard Jesus speak. They came and saw for themselves. Peter likewise came and saw for himself, and he saw the cloths laying to the side. Elsewhere, we read about how these cloths were not only lying to the side, as if they were bed sheets flung off as we started our day, but that they were folded. Who would do this if they were stealing from a tomb? Who would do this unless they had time? Unless they had time, consideration, they put all things decently and in order, and then left. And Peter walks in, and he sees evidence. He sees the body's not there. He knows that it was there. It was put there by reputable people. But it's not there now. And the gospel closes with that Peter left marveling to himself at what had happened. Sometimes it is the case that there isn't an answer. And we'll find this incredibly frustrating, but the answer isn't there. We don't like this. As humans, we don't like this. We want to ensure that there's an answer. We want to force an answer if necessary. We'll find whatever it is, whatever narrative it is, to provide an answer. Even if it disregards other evidence, we would still want that loose end to be tied off or cut off, whatever. Peter, though, was comfortable in the mystery. He was comfortable knowing that something was beyond him, that something didn't add up. Perhaps comfortable is too strong a word. He was, after all, marveling. But he allowed it to be unanswered. He allowed this to be unanswered until such a time, and it wouldn't be very long in the gospel readings, until such a time when the fullness would be revealed to him. The truth would be revealed to him. We're going to experience that at some points, where something just doesn't add up. I don't understand. Why is this the case? If it hasn't happened to you already, it will. And then time will pass. Perhaps we'll learn a little more. Perhaps we'll find something out. And we'll go, that might have been it. And it didn't make sense then. but now somehow it does. So too, Peter. Didn't make sense then, but now it does. So Peter provides us with another role model. May we have his prayers as we embark on this life. May we use him as our role model when we navigate the difficult times, knowing always that God is with us. Amen.